welcome to the BoshNRoll channel. If you want to support my daily Eternal Magic offerings while getting amazing perks like the BoshNRoll Discord community, have me play your deck on the channel, or listen sideboard guides before tournaments, check out the Patreon or YouTube membership program. This channel is possible because of these amazing sponsors. Check them out, all their links are in the video description. As always, thanks for being here. Let's go play some Magic.
Welcome back to the BoshNRoll channel. Today I'm playing Legacy, and Patreon subscriber Raghava asked me to choose a deck that can feature cards from Tarkir Dragonstorm, and boy do I have the place to start. Omni-Show has been on the rise ever since Stock Up came out in Aether Drift. This is on my major decks to watch, decks to be aware of. I am fundamentally building my decks differently, knowing that this is part of the metagame right now. And Tarkir Dragonstorm didn't change much, but the tool it did get might be a big one. Mistrise Village. This land enters tap unless you control a mountain or forest. That should not be difficult box to check, considering Omni-Show is frequently Simic and Sneak and Show is frequently Izzet. Taps for a blue, and then blue tap, the next spell you cast this turn can't be countered. That's a pretty powerful effect for a deck that's entire purpose and function is to resolve a single spell. Show and Tell. Omni-Show has fewer payoffs than a deck like Sneak and Show. It really does have to Show and Tell out an Omniscience to have any chance of winning. There's no sneak attack backup plan. There's no Blood Moons out of the sideboard. You're really not doing anything except trying to resolve Show and Tell. And these decks are built to take their time to do it. Lots of forces, other cheap permissions, Spell Pierce, and then lots of cantrips. We got our normal set, plus Preordain, plus Lorien Revealed, plus Stock Up, plus Intuition, plus Cunning Wish, that can get another Intuition. All roads lead to Show and Tell plus Omniscience for this strategy. And having a land that can enter untapped and surprise your opponent. These decks have in the past sideboarded Boseiju, Who Shelters All, the original Boseiju. That land comes into play tapped, so your opponent can see it coming. The mana costs you life to use, and it only works with instants and sorceries. Mistrise Village can come out of nowhere. You can sandbag that in your hand as your 5th mana source, activate it, cast Show and Tell uncounterably immediately. It taps for blue along the way. If you just need to, cast a Ponder with this thing while you're trying to figure things out, you can do that. Boseiju could never. Mistrise Village also, I expect to see popping up in other decks. It just says the next spell that you cast this turn can't be countered. It doesn't say the next instant or sorcery. It doesn't say any kind of restriction. We might see this in control mirrors to shove Teferis or Narsets through. We could see Doomsday try to filter this thing. I mean, Doomsday is operating on pretty thin mana margins anyway. Maybe we don't. Maybe we do. Maybe it comes out of the sideboard. I don't know. I expect I'll be playing a lot of this thing in the future. But for today, Omni-Show, a deck that is massively prevalent right now anyway because of Stock Up. This is an obvious home for a card like this. And I'm ready to get in. This is Raghava's Mistrise Village Omni-Show. I am on the play in round number 1. I'm going to keep. This is one of those hands where we don't really have a plan yet, but I'm going to kill. I get to see a lot of cards. I'm leaving up Spell Pierce instead of playing Ponder on turn 1 because the format's pretty busted, and I might need to Spell Pierce something on turn 1. There's Show and Tell. Intuition can find Omniscience or Emrakul if we get there. End step Brainstorm from the opponent. We are experiencing right now the cost of having Mistrise Village in the deck. One of the draws of Omni-Show is it can have a basically untouchable mana base. But instead I have this Tropical Island in play, and the only green card in my 75 is 2 Carpet of Flowers in the sideboard. We'll see if that punishes me, or if it wins the game for me. Village is not free to just shove in decks. I feel like this is a mirror match, by the way. Like, almost certainly. All these basic islands, Preordain, they bottomed. Okay, I'm going to Lorien Revealed for another trop. I just don't think I need basics in this matchup. I don't think they're going to attack my lands at all. I could cast Stock Up, or I could leave up Force of Will and Spell Pierce for a turn. I think I'm going to go that route. A second Show and Tell into a Ponder. I don't really need a second Show and Tell either. Okay, I am going to just protect myself here. If this is a mirror match, casting Show and Tell could be dangerous in the first place, because both decks can win at instant speed if they happen to have the Omniscience in their hand. Okay, they bottomed and played Otawara. I'm going to fetch in the end step, get Basic Island. The nice eyeball Basic Island. Okay, here's the trop they know about, and I'm going to go for a stock up here. Spell Pierce. All right, I will Pierce back, which does expose me to a potential show and tell on their turn, but I think this fight is worth it. I am holding a force. Okay. Emrakul, I think I want in the hand, just in case they cast a show and tell. And I think Impulse is probably better than Lorien revealed here. Is Preordained better than Impulse? I think I want Impulse. Okay. Okay, passing the turn. And we'll see what happens. Ancient Tomb. Pass is what they had. Another stock up. Okay, my stocks keep rising. They could hardcast Force of Will with the mana they have, but I'm going to keep stonking up. Okay, Cunning Wish and land. I think what I want here. Cunning Wish, land, play Misty Rainforest, and I'm going to ponder. There's the Omni with an island under it. Okay, so I have everything I need here to attempt an instant speed win if they resolve a show and tell. Impulse, go for it. Definitely a mirror. Seems like me and this person had the same idea as soon as Tarkir was legal. But they haven't shown me a forest yet. I might have access to technology that they don't. Cunning Wish in the end step. That resolves. Getting Surgical Extraction. Okay, so they want to, look at my hand. Brainstorm resolves. Surgicaling my Spell Pierce. Sure, have a look at this hand. It does not contain Spell Pierce. I promise. We're immediately experiencing the flip side of playing a deck like Omni-Show. The mirror is garbage. Recycling Lorien. My deck's been shuffled now, so fetching doesn't do anything unless I want to fetch Mystic Sanctuary. Oh god, they fetch Mystic Sanctuary, shoved it into play tapped. Tight. Okay, do I want to stock up again? Does that matter? Does it even do anything? Not yet. Impulse, Ponder. Okay, Ponder is the card that they don't know about. A second Cunning Wish. Brainstorm makes release the ants lethal. I guess they probably have Emrakuls in their deck, so release the ants might not even be lethal. That's really funny. Okay, I'll put Brainstorm in my hand. Not shuffle. Do I want to send a show and tell here? I don't not want to. Okay, this might be risky, but I have all the pieces and some protection. Let's get weird. They're at 15. They know I'm holding the Emrakul. Forest pitching Cunning Wish. Okay, if they want to fight, I am intrigued. I'll force pitching the other show and tell. I still have access to Mystic Sanctuary. They don't. 3 cards in their hand to my 5. Another force pitching show and tell. Okay. So they've kind of given up here. Yeah, Mystic Sanctuary, get back show and tell, send it again next turn. Stock up. Disappointing. That's one of the better cards they could have. Are they doing it again? Oh, yeah. Well, they've stocked right back up. 3 cards in their hand. I'm going to get the Mystic Sanctuary. Pick up show and tell. I don't think I want to brainstorm now. Okay, I have a show and tell over top of Spell Pierce. They would need Force Blue card and be back down to 1 card in hand here. Okay, put in Omniscience. They've got 3 cards. You've got an Emrakul. I've got an Emrakul. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They could technically sack all their lands and block, but they're not winning this game that way. If there's a Cunning Wish in their hand, they could wish for Trick Bind. Okay, cool. Okay, just the worst magic imaginable. Like Carpet's pretty good here. I don't really want Surgical Extraction in the mix. I think all this stuff in my sideboard should stay in my sideboard for Cunning Wish. Grafdigger's Cage is the only thing in the sideboard. I guess Dress Down is not technically an instant. These are the cards that are not wishable, and Carpet of Flowers is the only one I might actually want here. I think I'm going to cut my Spell Pierces because it's so risky to just send it in this mirror match. Like, what if I have Omniscience? And if we're going to be playing around Spell Pierce anyway, and my opponent Surgical Spell Pierce, so knows I have exactly 2 of them, and now they don't know I have exactly 0 of them. Surgical Extraction, I think, is the only other card I would consider as potentially useful here, but I'm not going to bring it in. There's just nothing else I want to cut. Okay, Carpet and Mistrise Village. This is the tech my deck has that theirs doesn't. We'll see if it's good. And Mistrise Village can let my impulses and stock-ups be uncounterable along the way. It's not even a one-shot deal. Okay, I'm just going to cast Carpet of Flowers. Put it on the stack. They counter this, it's something else they're not countering later. And I don't think they play lands, fetchable lands that aren't islands. There might be a forest, but there's usually not. Yeah, basic island, Brainstorm. This already gives me stock up mana. If they play another island here, I can actually make Impulse uncounterable. Flooded Strand, got Island, Ponder. Okay, so I have 4 mana going into this turn. I don't think I need to make Impulse uncounterable. I think I can just let Carpet trigger, make 2 blue, cast Impulse, and then Flooded Strand pass, and then make stock up, surprise uncounterable next turn. Yes, make blue. I now have so many stock ups that I don't even care if it does get countered. Yeah, I'm just going to stock up. I'd be surprised if they play Daze. I'm not going to play around it. Okay, Omniscience, get in the hand. That's going to be part of the plan eventually. And Intuition can find my way there. I have plenty of lands to play. Omniscience plus Intuition into the grip. Play Flooded Strand and pass. Okay, they're stocking up. That's fine. Just playing those islands. It's like they're playing a land for me and for them every turn. It's nice. This is basically burgeoning. Okay, they've stocked up. I'm not going to fetch. Yes, and make blue. And then I'll decide what I want to do with it. I could play an uncounterable Intuition. Or I could just stock up again. Stock up would put me to 9 cards in hand, though. I guess that's fine. Yeah, let's stock up. 2 Show and Tells. I think that's where I want to be. Show and Tell into the hand. I want my Show and Tell to be uncounterable next turn as a surprise. I have to go to cleanup here. I'll probably just discard Impulse. Maybe I was supposed to play out the village and discard Island. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna discard Impulse. And that should tell my opponent that I have the cards I need already. Ponder. I have seen before because Boseiju Who Endures, or Boseiju Who Shelters All. Yeah, this one. Boseiju Who Shelters All. Look at this. Aw. Aw. They didn't know a new set came out. Okay. I think I'm going to go for an end-step Intuition just to try to draw out a counter. And if they don't counter, I'll just have an Emrakul in my hand. If they boarded in Surgical, that's kind of annoying, but whatever. Is Cunning Wish better here? I think it might be. Because I can play stock up at sorcery speed, then if they try to do something, I can Cunning Wish over the top. Okay. I think I actually do want Cunning Wish. Because Cunning Wish can get Emrakul if the coast is just clear. Okay, make blue. Play Mistrise Village. My next spell can't be countered. Show and Tell. Impulse and Response. Okay, so they're looking for their own Omniscience to put in, probably. Maybe I'm supposed to force that. I could also force a Cunning Wish once my Omniscience is in play. And then it doesn't cost me an extra card. Show and Tell, put in Omniscience. It seems we do not actually have a game. All right. If they put in Omni, we would have had a back and forth. I'm leading on stock up, so I can respond with Cunning Wish if I need to. Force pitching Show and Tell. I'll force your force with my free force. Lorien Revealed and Intuition. I'll draw 3 cards. Play a backup Omni, just in case. In case of what? Who knows? Hey, Intuition target you, get 3 Emrakuls. Alright, sweet. The old versus the new. This is basically the same idea, but they had to wait a turn, and I didn't. On to the next round. The BoshNRoll channel is brought to you by Tales of Adventure. TOAMagic.com has almost 100,000 unique cards in stock. They offer free track shipping on every order, plus next day or 2-day options when you have an event coming up fast. They offer on-site pickup at major Magic events throughout the US, so you're never scrambling before your tournament. Stop by their booth to buy, sell, or trade at upcoming regional championships, MagicCon, Spotlight Series, and more. I love their selection of individually scanned high-end cards that show you exactly what you're buying. And the best part is saving 5% on every order with promo code BOSH. From Ancestral Recall to Zombie Master, get what you need quickly and in one place at toamagic.com. Eternal lives here. I'm on the play in round 2. My hand has basically everything I need except a third mana. I did consider putting a Hedge Maze in one of the 2 Tropical Island slots just for that little extra juice, but the mono blue Omni-Show deck is already so good at finding cards that I thought the untapped land would be more useful. But of course, there will be spots exactly like this one where I probably would rather have a Hedge Maze in my deck. Yeah, show Omni, cast Emrakul with Force backup. It's all here if I can hit land drops. Opponent mulled to 6. Uh-oh, here we go. Dark Ritual. City Informer. I will force this pitching Brainstorm, I think. Try to keep my combo together. If they have Pact, I just lose anyway, so who cares? I guess I still could have Brainstormed this turn. I should have definitely pitched Omni. Alright, deck. Adawara, Soaring City. Okay, I'm going to try to win next turn if they don't have a second send right now. Boggart Bog enters tapped. Good news, everybody. Okay. Ancient Tomb. Show and Tell. They could put in a Balustrade Spy and flip their deck, but Emrakul with the extra turn should do it. Omni and Emrakul. Nice, okay. Combo v combo. Grafdigger's Cage is coming in. Surgical, it's better to have Surgical in my deck, I think, and help me keep hands than it is to think that at 3 mana it could represent Counterspell or a Graveyard Hate spell. And this matchup's just so fast. I think I might just board out 2 Impulses here. Boarding out Impulse means Firemind's Foresight would miss on 2 if I take a Foresight line off of Omni. Maybe I leave 1 in for that reason specifically. Shaven Intuition. I want all my interaction. Intuition's a lot worse if you only have 2 copies of a card, so Show and Tell, Omniscience, and Emrakul I feel like I need to keep at least 3 copies. The deck plays 18 lands plus 3 Lorians. Mistrise Village actually might be stinky, though Mistrise Village, activate it, Force of Will their thing, they can't pact back, is actually a line here. Like this, it doesn't say on your turn or as a sorcery or anything, just fully understanding the implications of this card being in my deck. Okay, now I'm looking at either Preordain or Stock Up. Stock Up costing 3 is a problem, but if I force twice and Surgical once or something to get to the Stock Up is how I reload. I think I'd rather keep my cheap interaction. Oh, I have these consigns too. Shit, those are supposed to be in. All right, hold on. Trickbind I'm leaving in the sideboard. Am I? Oh no. Now what do? Okay, Stock Up, Preordain. I think I need to leave in one of the Omnis. Okay, I'm not bringing in Trickbind. I'll leave that one in the wishboard just because I'm out of time to figure it out. But it probably should be in the deck. Okay, my hand is not keepable. Does not interact with what my opponent's doing, and therefore must go. Okay, here's a Spell Pierce if I get a second turn. My opponent kept 7. Right, I'm going to 5. Okay, I'll keep this one, get rid of Impulse and one of the lands. Okay, if they have a turn 0 send, I'm dead. If they spend a turn thought seizing or building resources or anything, that is a turn I can interact or cast Brainstorm or something. Lotus Petal, Thoughtseize, okay. So Thoughtseize is going to take Grafdigger's Cage. And can they continue off this Lotus Petal right now, or did I buy a turn to cast Brainstorm? If they juked onto Belcher, they might just take Show and Tell. Okay, interesting. Or they just have the win anyway and they're goofing with me. Okay, they're on the creature juke, sure. Okay, Emrakul still beats this if I can cast Emrakul at some point. I think now I'm going to cast Ponder and try to find my way through this Barrogoyf game. Okay, land on top, Force of Will into the hand. Barrogoyf goes in. The mill 4, they hit Boggart Trawler and Unstoppable Slasher. Many choices here. It's so messed up that Barrogoyf can find a land in their deck. Okay, they got Unstoppable Slasher. I can force that if I need to. Agadine tapped. Okay, I don't need to do anything just yet. Brainstorm. Okay, I'm going to get rid of Grafdigger's Cage and one of the Ancient Tombs. And work my way towards Intuition for Show and Tell. Profit. Hope they can't play this Slasher. I don't want to have to do combat math to see if I need to deal with it or not. Simian Spirit Guides, so they will be able to cast Slasher. I think I have to force it. Wall Therapy. Well, they know about the Brainstorm, so I will cast that now. Brainstorm. Okay. Force of Will is a card they're likely to name. I'm going to put back Ancient Tomb, Force of Will in that order. I don't have a show and tell. They'd have to be a sniper to name Intuition. There's 2 Brainstorms down already. That's normally a good name, but it's low likelihood here. Daze. Not even a card in my deck. We did it. But I do lose to Unstoppable Slasher because my next land is Ancient Tomb. If they have a Dark Ritual here. Or just Land Spirit Guide. So this represents 8 damage, putting me to 1. Oh, this isn't even that guy. It's a different one. It's one that kills me immediately. Okay. Good to know. What can I even do? I guess I'm going to Brainstorm and concede. Okay. Got by the juke. I am not about to aggressively juke back. I think a Consign to Memory could become a Preordain. They said they should flip a coin to see which plan they're on for game 3. Well, that's literally how the deck works anyway. Okay, Consign to Memory. What am I actually doing here? Dress Down affects Balustrade Spies and Thassa's Oracles and Barrogoyfs, so I probably want Dress Down in. Okay, if they're going to be Thought Seizing me, I want Stock Cups. I think I'm going to stop. Dress Down it is. Oof. Okay, gonna mulligan this. No lands. A land and a Brainstorm. I'm gonna keep and put a Stock Up to the bottom, and we'll see what happens. I just realized I'm on my Daybreak account, and my avatar is Birds of Paradise. What a disaster. Bosh is literally an avatar that exists, and here I am. I gotta change that. I wonder if I'm allowed to change that mid-league. I hope so. Oh, sweet. Yeah, you can change that anytime. That's great news. Sorry, Birds of Paradise, no offense. The opponent's on a mull to 5. Got a lot of faith in this Brainstorm right now. Felmire tapped. Let's go. Okay, I'm going to go to my turn and draw. Okay, Ponder we love. Cast that. Show me the land. It's kind of a land. This is everything I need to win, but nothing to defend myself with. That's tough. I think I have to shuffle this. Ouch. Shuffle. An Ancient Tomb. I can stock up next turn if there is a next turn. Please be on the Barrogoyf plan. Zapton, Agadim, Thoughtseize. Okay, I can't respond to that. They'll probably take stock up here, would be my guess. If they're going to win, it just doesn't matter. But because I have 2 Show and Tell, stock up is the next scariest card. That's what I would do anyway. Unless they have 2 discard spells, then just take all the Show and Tells. Stock up gone. If they have Cabal Therapy, they get me real good. Omniscience off the top? Oh, Emrakul. Oh, that's tough. Yeah, I don't have enough faith in my deck or theirs to put a raw Emrakul into play and expect it to win. Cunning Wish, Lorien revealed Brainstorm. Or Ponder. I think I need the land. And then I'll cast Brainstorm. Okay, Force Blue card. Mistrise Village. They were not going to counter that anyway. Okay, I'll put back Mystic Sanctuary and Emrakul then. This does give me uncounterable Force of Will starting next turn. But I am kind of Brainstorm locked. But now I could Force of Will back. But that doesn't matter if they flip their graveyard. They'll have enough Cabal Therapies to win. Please just cast a Barrogoyf so I don't have to think about it. Ratting Regisaur, let's go. Okay, sweet. Now I don't have to worry about very much. I can just put Emrakul into play. Mistrise Village. And I'm going to Show and Tell Emrakul, leaving up the uncounterability for Force of Will, because I think that's more important. If they put in a Balustrade Spy here, whatever. Okay. Moment of Truth. Can they kill an Emrakul? They have to discard in the upkeep down to 1 card. I have an uncounterable force in my hand. Pitch Spirit Guide. Oh, are they going to Felmire? Or no? Okay. Whatever this is. The front side. Fell the Profane. Okay. Oh, they just misclicked. They meant to click discard, but they exiled instead. Fair enough. One of us is dead here. Is this an instant? Oh, Poxwalkers. That is 6 permanents. I don't have to fight over Poxwalkers. There's nothing in the void. I can block Regisaur. They look pretty dead to me. We got the GGs. Okay. We got a hashtag unbanned Psychic Frog from the opponent. I disagree, respectfully. On to the next round. The 9th installment of the NYSE Vintage Open Series is coming. This 15 proxy vintage tournament with Power 9 prizes takes place on Saturday, June 14th, 2025 in Long Island, New York, and has a $500 entry fee. That's a hefty entry, but the guaranteed prizes for top 8 are Unlimited Black Lotus, Ancestral Recall, Time Walk, and all 5 Moxen. The NYSE Open 8 went well for me last year. Someone better come stop me from getting another Lotus. Will it be you? I'll be at the NYSE Open 9 on June 14th, and I hope to see you there. Register on melee.gg or use the link in the video description. I'm on the play in round 3. I am pretty sure this opponent was on Oops All Spells when I played against them the other day. I would keep this hand anyway, but it is also good if they happen to be a force check strategy. Okay. If that was them, they're no longer doing it. I'm going to brainstorm in the end step because I have Lorien for the shuffle. I don't want Mystic Sanctuary kicking around, and I don't think I need 2 show and tells. Island Cycle. I'll get a basic because I can fetch the Trop whenever I need to. All right. I have a Force plus Emrakul next turn if my opponent's deck seems to be soft to that. Hedge Maze. My apologies to Bacon Lettuce Tomato if they're an honest goodness Bug Beans gamer and I accuse them of playing Oops All Spells. Play a lot of Magic. Sometimes it blurs together. Oh, look at this shit. Okay. I can Intuition for Omni in the end step and then make an uncounterable Omni-Show next turn. Okay. That's a little harder to do now. Now I'm going to Impulse instead of Omni because I can still work this entire line around Wasteland if I find the Omni here. Oh, fuck. They just Wastelanded my Scalding Tarn and I didn't respond. I just clicked through it. Oops. Yeah. My stupid ass. Okay. Well, they were trying to set up a Daze trick and I just like misclicked through it. That's fine. We'll figure it out. I still have an uncounterable show and tell eventually. And this is looking like, oh, I remember this. This is Simic Beans. That's who this is. My apologies, Bacon Lettuce Tomato. I'm so sorry for calling you an Oops All Spells player. Your deck is very cool and handsome. Okay. I will replace this land that instead of winning the game this turn has to just replace a card I clicked through, but it's fine. Life goes on. They can play Murktide Regent here, a card that does not beat Emrakul, the Aeon's Torn in combat. I am going to fetch for Trop here. Oh wait, now I'm a mana behind everything I thought I was going to do. Never mind. Oh my god. I'm spiraling out. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. I am going to stock up here. Or I could play... No, I'm just going to go with Force back here. Unfortunately, can't quite make it uncounterable. God, that was a really bad misclick. But I can beat a Force, I can beat a Daze. Force pitching Murktide. Force pitching Intuition. I'd rather have stock up if I lose this fight. Show and tell. Put in Emrakul. Hope they don't have some bounce effect. Okay, passing the turn. A lot of decks can't beat this. We'll see if they have anything. They do not. All right. Clear my head. Reset. That was weird. My brain broke multiple times. Okay, we are against Simic Beanstalk, a deck that I think Mistrise Village will completely solo by itself if I use it correctly. Carpet of Flowers is great here. I don't really care about any of this other stuff. I can stay in the sideboard where it belongs. Spell Purist winning a fight over Beanstalk is a big deal. Basically always okay shaving one impulse. And it could be a Preordain or an Intuition. Yeah, resolving lots of 3-drops versus this deck seems like a mistake. Okay, here we go. Carpets are in. Gonna mulligan this one. Okay, I'll keep this. It's got the things I need for success. Gonna bottom Otawara. As much as I would like to bounce a Murktide Regent, I don't know that that's gonna be an option. Ooh, Carpet. I'll save that till next turn and just ponder now. Because I don't want my Carpet dazed. Minor misstep, okay. This is a card that I saw them playing the other day. They were definitely on this, and I apologize for calling you an Oops All Spells player. This is the player I went to time with. They decked at 3 seconds on their clock, while I won with 1 second on my clock in a Simic versus 5-Colored Beans mirror, pseudo mirror. Literally the opposite of an Oops All Spells player. Just wants to play great Magic all day. I'm sorry I'm playing Show and Tell today. I've betrayed you. They blew to Delta. I think it's time to go for Carpet. Carpet's fun when you're the Carpet player in a matchup like this because it's not important in terms of... Oh, okay, Commandeer. All right. It's not important in terms of winning the game, but it is going to win the game eventually if they don't fight over it. Okay, here is a win attempt next turn. So they spent 3 cards stealing my Carpet. That was Thoughtscour, Lorien Revealed, Commandeer gone. And Carpet doesn't impact the board, so they have 3 cards in their hand, and they're likely to be able to cast a bunch of them. I'd love if they just crap a Murktide into play and pass, or even play 2 threats here. Play like 2 Delvers and pass with 1 card in your hand. I think I can beat most copies of, or most versions of 1 card, most individual cards in the deck. A Murktide with 2 cards left, and one of them's Wasteland. Okay, so their last card has to be Daze or some version of Spell Pierce here. I could wait a turn to play around Daze, but that makes everything else worse. Do I want to at least protect myself from Daze? I think I do. It'd be so embarrassing to lose to Daze here. Shameful, disgusting stuff. If they draw a random card and their hand is Force Blue card, I accept. You got me. I did not make mana. Up the Beanstalk. So now they would have had to RNG into a second Force or Blue card. And this gives me an opportunity to draw Spell Pierce. Okay, 1 card in their hand. Spell Pierce is the only thing that gets me. I'm going to cast Show and Tell and hope for the best. A fetch is happening. Oh yeah, nice. Okay. So I don't know what they could have at this point that I could care about. I guess if they like put in Damping Sphere off the Show and Tell, that would be pretty good. And I put in Omniscience. You put in nothing. I'm going to Preordain first. Okay, Omni on the bottom, Preordain on top. Preordain, Brainstorm Ponder, top. We just keep them coming. I should have had the Brainstorm first so the Ponder could shuffle. It's still fine. If I Brainstorm into Force of Will, then my Cunning Wish is protected. Or I could find Stock Up and it's even easier. Stock Up, Emrakul, and Force of Will. Now I have a protected Emrakul, and I don't even need to note that I also had the Cunning Wish win at instant speed. Okay, I'm going to go to my extra turn. Drew Lorien Revealed. We got the GGs. Okay, cool. I put a land in my graveyard for no reason and miscounted my mana in game 1, and we still took over that match pretty cleanly. I really hate being a deck relying entirely on counterspells versus Omni-Show. That's not a place to be. If you want to beat decks like this with decks like this, you really need Damping Spheres, Meddling Mages, whatever, like real ways to stop them from playing cards, especially with Mistrise Village in the mix. On to the next one.
This video is sponsored by Moxfield.com, the easiest way to build Magic decks online. Moxfield supports over 30 formats, including Legacy and everything else you'll see on this channel. There's multiple customizations so you can interact with your deck how you want. Views such as text, grid, or stacks, and groupings like type, subtype, color, color identity, even artist. The site offers light mode, dark mode, and so much more. However you want to see your deck, Moxfield can provide it for you. Follow my Moxfield to keep up with the channel and what I'm playing in paper. I'll see you there.
I'm on the draw for round 4. I have a hand that Mistrise Village does make a little awkward, but it still works. I can use Ancient Tomb to cycle Lorien Revealed for drop, and then we're in business. Omniscience, we like it. All right, Ancient Tomb, pass. Scalding Tarn decks are frequently paired with Wasteland. We'll see what they're actually doing, though. A Thundering Falls. Sometimes this is in Delver, sometimes it's not. We will see. We'll find out together. That's not a Wasteland. Okay, I'll take my beats to cycle for Tropical Island here. I am going to lean into my Mistrise Village. I have it. Let's use it. Okay, I can put a Stock Up on the stack. See what happens. Or I can hold up Impulse, or I could just play Preordain. I think I'm just going to Preordain, actually. Omni and Stock Up. I'm going to go bottom. These are not the cards I'm looking for. Okay, Scalding Tarn gives me uncounter ability 2 turns out. If I find the show and tell before then, I have the locked line. My opponent's also a show and tell deck. Interesting. If I put in Omniscience, I could steal this from them. If they have Omniscience, I could lose. I'm going to roll the dice here. Show and tell resolves. Please don't have your own Omniscience. I put in Omniscience. Fuck, we're dead. I could Impulse for Cunning Wish over top of this. Okay, I'm going to force this stock up and see where I can get a fight. Because I actually can win at instant speed. Here we go. Impulse for all the money. Yeah, here we go. Cunning Wish right in the grip. Use to the bottom. Cunning Wish. I would like to use Cunning Wish's ability. I'm going to wipe away their Omniscience. I could get Firemind's Foresight, Wish for Impulse, Brainstorm, another Cunning Wish, but I think just wiping away their thing is good enough. All right, wipe away your Omniscience. Then your stock up resolves, and I will untap with Emrakul stock up going. Okay, we got to my turn. Stock up. I love messing with them. I have this Emrakul and don't even want to use it. Okay. Cunning Wish, show and tell to the hand. And I found it. We know I already had it. That's okay. Don't tell them. Okay, we are against a Izzet build of show and tell. They have at least one Omniscience. Sneak and Show usually does have 1 or 2 Omnisciences in it. We don't know if this is Izzet Omni-Show leaning on Mistrise Village or just not that. Once again, Carpet of Flowers. MVP. If you're going to play 2 cards in the entire 75 that care about dual lands that you're playing, it might as well be Carpet of Flowers. Okay, I think Intuition's going to slide back, and Impulse is going to slide back. The normal 2 cuts. Okay, let's get it. That'll teach you to cast show and tell in my neighborhood. Okay, I have a force, a land, basically nothing else going on here. I think I'm mulliganing this hand. I don't... 2 Emrakuls is just bad. Yeah, I think... Okay, here we go. I will keep this and bottom the Preordain. I think I can get into stock up fast enough that I don't need that Preordain. Flooded Strand. Lotus Petal. Or are they just sending it? That would be sweet. My deck does not have Lotus Petal in it. Ponder. Ponder did not shuffle. I drew show and tell. Interesting. I'm going to lead on Ancient Tomb because Ancient Tomb, cycling Lorien for Trop, play Trop, cast Carpet, second main, stock up is a line that's available to me if I'm willing to take damage up front, which I am. I don't think this matchup's really going to be about that. End step, cycle, Trop, Carpet, and I suspect their deck does have days in it, so I'm actually just going to decline for now. I know I gave that whole speech about setting up for the turn 2 stock up, taking damage for the pleasure, but they didn't play a second island, and I don't want to run into days or whatever. I think if I'm patient, I can make this work. I could also just lose this turn. It depends entirely on how scared they are to cast show and tell after game 1. Because if they just send it, my hand is Garbo. How sick do these lands look, by the way? Just menacing. Put me in play. I want to feast. Okay, we might see a sneak attack this turn. Or a stock up. Okay, yeah, stock up resolves. I'm not ready to start engaging in the stock up fight yet. Their deck could have Pyroblast in it. Mine can't. Mine can have Veil of Summer, but they don't know that I don't have that. Okay, Spell Pierce. I like that. Yes, make blue. Do I want to play my land? I think I do, just in case. Stock up. Cunning Wish Emrakul. Cunning Wish is not good until I find an Omniscience. I think I'm going to take Cunning Wish Ponder. Tuck that Emrakul away. I still have a blue floating. I'll use it to ponder. Force of Will, another. Do I want another Force of Will here? I don't think I do. I'm going to shuffle this. I definitely don't want 2 lands underneath it. Okay, another show and tell. Didn't want that. If I had not been a wuss and not played my land out, I think I would have taken the Force and then shuffled with the Misty in my hand. But I was playing around every piece of soft permission I could think of, which might have been a mistake. If you got 6 mana, that is enough to push through a Spell Pierce with almost anything. A sneak attack. I would like to force that pitching show and tell And I hope if they interact, it's with something that costs mana. Like if they Pyroblast, that's fine. Okay, this is not ideal. I'm going to Spell Pierce the sneak attack. Hopefully this will at least buy me a turn to untap with. Okay, you're going to have a sneak attack. I have a Cunning Wish and a bunch of mana. If they have Lotus Petal or Spirit Guide, I could die here. Shit. And there's a Traxa. Does that one kill me? Not yet. It puts a bunch of stuff in the hand and kills me next turn. They took Emrakul, Forest City, stock up. Okay. The Traxa gets a crunch, and I better draw something really good. Like a stock up, maybe? Emrakul. Okay, I could put Emrakul into play, but that's not good enough. I'll use Carpet's ability and make blue, and then look at my sideboard. The Wipe Away is not even good enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 7 mana right now. It would cost me 9 to do everything I want to do. Yeah, I could Cunning Wish for Surgical, exile, Force of Will from their graveyard, take the one from their hand, show and tell Emrakul, but they also have an Emrakul. Okay, you got me. Is there anything in my sideboard that could be helpful here? The Dress Down's good stuff in Atraxa. Consigned to Memory, good stuff in Atraxa. I don't really want them to have an Atraxa, though, is the problem. Intuition moves me faster to comboing off. Maybe I should be trying to push that button a little harder. Out of cards I want to cut. Yeah, whatever. Intuition's back out. Let's go. Same thing again, but I'm on the play now. I'll keep. I'm just going to play Carpet of Flowers and see how long they can go without playing an island. Ancient Tomb is not an island. Lotus Petal's not an island. Ponder. Okay, I am going to Ponder. That's better at finding a land than Brainstorm is. It did work. Okay. Otawara to my hand, play it, and I'm going to pass here. If they put a Show and Tell on the stack, I can Brainstorm into Omniscience and then just win over top of whatever they're doing. I don't think they're going to play a Show and Tell, though. That would be so reckless. If they Defense Grid first, that would work. But if they Defense Grid but don't win, I'll win on my turn. Okay. Scalding Tarn in play. The possibility of a future where my Carpet makes mana is here. Alright, I have basically everything. Right now, if I put back Ponder Emrakul, I could go for a stock up right now and see if they want to have a fight. Okay, that resolved. I'm going to take Emrakul and Brainstorm, and I hope I don't die this turn. They have to win with Sneak Attack. If I draw Mistrise Village, I win. They played another Ancient Tomb, just stubbornly refusing to cast spells over there. A Force of Will. Okay, I think I want to Brainstorm first and see if I find any juice that would help me win this fight. Something clean like a Mistrise Village. Nothing quite so easy. I could play around Daze by playing out Scalding Tarn here. I can also just wait a turn. I have a Force now. I think this is more Cunning Wishes than I need, and more Show and Tells than I need. Okay, I'm just going to make my land drop, and I will try to go off next turn. I could even Cunning Wish in their end step if they keep passing, and see if they want to let me grab another piece of permission from my sideboard. A fetch. A Brainstorm. Okay, this unlocks Carpet of Flowers for something that didn't kill me outright. Cards in my sideboard that are actually useful. I mean, I could just like Cunning Wish as counterbait, and if they don't take it, I could grab Surgical and see what I'm up against. Okay, end step Cunning Wish. I'll go for it. Okay, they didn't fall for it. I could grab Surgical to just see what they're up to. And taking all the Brainstorms out of their deck isn't that interesting. Do I have enough mana to Impulse? So it's 3. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. I would like to Show and Tell twice. Yeah, I could just grab a blue card for Force. But I am drawing a blue card for Force, but it's the second Show and Tell. Yeah, I'm just going to grab Impulse, I think. Or I could grab Wipe Away. That way I can win if they put something scary into play. Okay. Draw Show and Tell. Yes, make blue. Cast Show and Tell. Disruptor Flute. That can name, what, Force of Will? All right, I'm going to fetch in response. I can wipe away the Disruptor Flute if I don't like the answer. Okay, I'm going to get Island, and Disruptor Flute can resolve. Named Attracts a Grand Unifier. Okay, that's not a card in my deck. I'll put in Omniscience. I have a Cunning Wish that could go off over the top if I need it to. Okay, I will just cast Emrakul. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They can technically survive an Annihilation, but not enough to play the game. Nice. On to the final trophy round. The BoshNRoll channel is proudly partnered with the Resleevables.
Good. All right, here we go, gang.
In this YouTube series, hosts Cedric Phillips and Patrick Sullivan take us on a set-by-set journey through the good, the bad, and the ugly of Magic's history. Each episode is a focused deep dive into the facts about a set's design and release, the Magic lore expressed through the cards in that set, Tournament Edition gameplay videos featuring products and Pro Tour decks of the era, an award show that shouts out the best and weirdest cards of the set, and a final grade for the set's overall success. Whether you want a history lesson or a nostalgia hit, The Resleevables has it at youtube.com/theresleevables. I'm on the play in the final trophy round. Island Ponder Keep, right? These are the rules. I am going to get a basic island. The risk of Wasteland in the spot is not outweighed by Mistrise Village. Yikes. Okay. I'm going to bank a Force of Will just in case, and then use these two other ponders to try to figure out my life. Bone them all to 6. Flooded Strand. Underground Sea. Okay, well, I'm not going to force this Thoughtseize. They either take Force with Thoughtseize, or they don't. If they try to take Ponder, seeing that I'm about to miss a land drop, there's another Ponder on top of my deck. Scoreboard, nerd. Played around it. They took the Force. Underground Sea, Thoughtseize, take Force of Will is certainly telling a story of an opponent who wants to do something unfair. Okay, I hit a bunch of garbage that doesn't help me. Gotta shuffle this. Come on, land. Yikes, okay. Hard mode activated. Wasteland. Played around it by not playing a land. Orcish Bowmaster. Okay, well, they know I need to cantrip my way out of this. That is a smart main phase Bowmaster. If I just draw 3 lands in a row, life is good though. Gotta ponder. There's no other way through this. Lorien revealed. You're killing me, Smalls. Okay. I have to accept that as a land for now. I'm going to shuffle in my next upkeep before I draw any of these other stinkers. Grab the other basic island and hope to draw my way into a way to win. Another Bowmaster. Pile them on. You know what time it is. Okay, this was not the matchup to keep the one lander and then also forget to shuffle in my upkeep. All right, I'm not going to tilt scoop, even though I am tilted and I want to scoop. Island, pass. If I draw a land and they somehow don't have a counterspell, I can still win this game. That was a huge turn to miss on, though. That sucks so bad. And this would be a spot, once again, pros and cons of Mistrise Village. This is a spot where having 5 basic islands in my deck instead of 2 would be a lot better for me. Okay, this attack puts me to 7. I could brainstorm to 1. Or I could take 2 natural draw steps. I think I'm going to brainstorm to 1. Let's go. I did find the land. And we will find out if they have something as simple as a daze in their hand. That's all it'll take. Actually, this line doesn't even work because I don't have an Omniscience. And Emrakul is not going to beat them at 1. Okay. Never mind. Dead. Okay. Carpet of Flowers coming in again. I don't think I really care about Dress Down. It would have been nice to turn off those Bowmasters for a turn, but that's not how we think about Magic. I'll cut the usual suspects and hit submit. I believe this is a matchup that we can be good against. It's just now that I know, well, I'm not even going to say it was a bad keep because I had 3 Ponders and a Brainstorm, and the first 3 Ponders all missed on lands, and then there were 2 Bowmasters in play by the time I could cast Brainstorm. Like, what do you want from me? Looking at 4 cards when you have 17 hits and missing 3 times. I'm not going to change how I play Magic over that. That's just bad beats. Okay, I am going to keep this hand. Force blue card show and tell. The mana to cast spells. I need something to show and tell. That's all. They did see my hand with Thoughtseize game 1. I think there was enough information for them to know what I'm actually playing. I don't remember exactly what it saw, but It's not rocket science to figure it out. Okay, I think I want to brainstorm now before Bowmaster can get me. Ooh, I like a carpet. This is damn near everything I need to win the entire game forever. I guess carpet's the one I don't have room for. If I put back carpet and show and tell, I should put back carpet and Emrakul actually. Because this way, if they Thoughtseize me and take Emrakul, they don't get to shuffle away my show and tell too. Okay, the best I got here is a play around days with force backup turn 3 situation. Thoughtseize breaks this up pretty effectively. I will engage in the counter war if I'm offered a counter war to engage in. Dump to consign to memory. Okay. I probably would prefer them to have that card in their hand because it doesn't stop what I'm doing. They could stop the Emrakul trigger if getting an extra turn turns the tide for them. Underground Sea and pass. I'm just going to shove show and tell onto this deck. Put in Omniscience. Hope I don't lose. Ashen Rider. Okay, so I can work my way through this because Omniscience is busted. Impulse. Finding another show and tell. Yeah, the second Omni won't matter. Yeah, I guess I'll reload show and tell in case the party's over. And then Brainstorm. I just need a Cutting Wish and I win. Shit. Okay, well, they did it. The Ashen Rider did its job. Mistrise Village will do its job next turn, putting Emrakul back into play. I'm going to put back Lorien and Mistrise. Or Lorien and Emrakul, for the same reasons I said last turn. Okay, it's just the random Ashen Rider in this deck. I don't know if they're a Reanimator deck that has Bowmasters in the main, or if this is just an LOL sideboard card. Okay, they are Reanimator. Good to know. I'm going to force pitching Ponder on that. I'm here for this end. And the messed up thing about Ashen Rider is even if I put Emrakul into play and I attack and I kill all their permanents, Emrakul will not deal any damage because Rider triggers again when it dies. All right, I'm going to get got by this awesome sideboard card. Okay, draw Emrakul, fetch, lose to every counterspell in Magic. Yeah, the Wasteland's too good. I don't have the mana to actually activate the village. And getting forced. All right. I guess I technically have to keep playing it out. Oh, they forced pitching Atraxa rather than letting me have it. Okay, so they had a better thing off of show and tell than I did. But I did have the windows to win that game. I looked at 7 cards in a row, and if one of them was Cunning Wish, I won. All right, well, there's Cunning Wish. Too late. I guess I pass. Let them put me to 1, Cunning Wish for Wipe Away. Hope that they can't deal 1 to me at all in their deck that has multiple Bowmasters. Okay, I'm at 1. Ninjutsu. Okay, post-combat Ninjutsu. Or not post-combat. You were in combat because that's how Ninjutsu worked, but after damage, so it did more damage. Surveil 2. I guess I'm going to Cunning Wish now. Yes, use the ability, get Wipe Away, because I'm literally losing to their onboard permanents. If they find a Wasteland, they win. If they find a Bowmaster, they win. Underground Sea. Thoughtseize also wins. Ponder, not quite. Did not shuffle Ponder. I'll play my extra village while it still works. Bounce Kaito. He'll have Hexproof on their turn. Gotta do it now. And F6, wait to die. I've already spent 2 show and tells, and I know Ashen Riders in their hand, which means I have to come up with show and tell, Omniscience, Cunning Wish. Specifically. Already spent a Cunning Wish as well. They did it. Okay. My trophy blocked by Reanimator. The only thing that could stop me was a faster, more disruptive combo deck. No surprise there. That also had something powerful to put in against Omniscience in a spot where I had Emrakul and not Cunning Wish. That was a lot of boxes to check to get there, but okay. Like I said during the deck tech, Mistrise Village is not a big change to this deck. It's just a tool that this already existing deck had. Some games it didn't matter at all. Some games it mattered quite a lot. Some games it hurt me because it entered tapped or didn't do what I needed it to. Some games I built an entire plan around it from the jump and then won on turn 5 and there was nothing they could do about it. It'll be interesting to see where this one goes and what other decks it finds its way into. I'm looking forward to Uncounterable Teferis and Uros and Narsets in my future. Uncounterable Days Undoing. Uncounterable Force Aerlingus. I'll be doing basically all this stuff eventually. Give me enough time, I'll figure it out. With or without Mistrise Village, Omni-Show is real. Stock up is real. Have a real plan for this deck. You need to know what you're going to do if Show and Tell goes on this deck, if it puts in Omniscience, how you're going to interact with that. Cards like Leyline Binding going up in stock, because that actually could reasonably beat an uncounterable Show and Tell. You put it in and take whatever they put in, as long as they don't Cunning Wish over the top. But remember, Mistrise Village is not Veil of Summer. It's the next spell, not all spells. So if the Show and Tell is uncounterable, they put in Omniscience, you put in something like Ashen Rider or Leyline Binding or whatever, and then they Cunning Wish over top, you can now force that Cunning Wish. If you were sitting on counter spells, somewhere in this chain, a counter spell will be useful again. Figure out how this works for you and what you need to do to keep yourself safe from the Omniscience menace. Raghava, thank you for the opportunity to feature new cards right away as they get released. Everybody else, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, check out the Patreon to support the channel, and I'll see you next time.